Hello and welcome to the EA Sports NHL Sim. I've done this for a while. We're a stats update on a Thursday morning. So our first team in the Pacific Division will go left to right. We have the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks has been get your fair share of wins, even despite being awful. They have their moments. They're just not good. Yeah. Now we're on to the Canucks. I thought they would be better at the start of the earlier in the season. Now they're falling off in the same. Unlike the real Vancouver Canucks, which they lost last night to the Colorado Avalanche. Blew a 3-0 lead. They lost in overtime. Next team, we have the Calgary Flames, 55 points. They get their they do their best. They get their share of games, but they're probably out of the playoffs unless they have a major turning point, I guess, where they just start really putting on the pressure. Next team we have is the LA Kings, 62 points. So for the LA Kings, probably not as good as I was expecting. Probably the same, but they kind of stepped down from the LA Kings in the NHL. Next tie with them, actually, there's two other teams with 62 points. Oilers are one of them, and they're all in the same division. Just put them together. Oilers and Golden Knights. All three have 62 points. For Edmonton. Yeah, really, Edmonton, Vegas, it's all because regulation wins. Vegas has more than Edmonton. Edmonton has more than LA. The Golden Knights. Yeah, they have the most regulation wins out of these three, but they're still tied. Next team with the Anaheim Ducks, second place, so they have fallen out of first place. 67 points. They're quite behind number one, which is the Kraken. 82 points for the Seattle Kraken. Some really good hockey's coming out of Seattle. It's probably gonna be like just these two that'll make it. As far as it's probably just these two if this playoff started today. Probably the only two teams in the division that would make it. Now on to the Central. Next we have the Chicago Blackhawks and the Winnipeg Jets. So I'll start with Chicago for the Blackhawks. Similar story to Calgary. Chicago, they have their moments. They have some good games. Playoffs, probably not. And Jets, the interesting thing about Winnipeg, this one they do stand out. For the Winnipeg Jets, I kept saying they better get going, otherwise they're gonna fall and be behind Arizona. They are now. Arizona has passed the Winnipeg Jets, and here they are. The Coyotes with 63 points to just Winnipeg's 57, so a 6-point difference. Yeah. 63 points for the Coyotes. Arizona. They're like an unlikely team, you would think. That means the Coyotes, they have a 5,000 seat arena. And they haven't made the playoffs in a long time. It's been a while. Next team. The Blues of St. Louis, 69 points. And they did fall back just a little bit. Fell behind Nashville. But they're definitely in the playoff race. Next team we have is The Nashville Predators tied with St. Louis. Nashville has more regulation wins than the Blues. And for Nashville, sorry about all that. The thing with the Predators is they are, yeah, they're doing really good. They're better than I would have thought. I thought they would fall like down to where Arizona is right now. But hey, they're tied with the Blues. It's not bad, and they're definitely in the playoff race. Next team, Minnesota. 75 points for the Wild. So for the Wild, it is about, yeah, they're playing some really good hockey in Minnesota. Maybe they are not at the top. Maybe they might not be up here where the Kraken are. But the Wild playing some really good hockey. So we have the Colorado Avalanche, 78 points. Some, again, really good hockey coming out of there. They're winning a lot of games. Again, maybe they're not at the top, but they're playing really good. Playoffs. Stanley Cup in the simulation, definitely possible. Pretty much the same as real life. And then number 1, the best team in the National Hockey League by far. They're the only team above 90 points. The Dallas Stars, 94 points. It's just insane. Because Dallas is Dallas. You might have saw some of these, but we're going to go through them anyway. So we're on to the Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference. So at the bottom of the Atlantic, we have the Red Wings, 54 points. And for the Red Wings, it's a struggle just to get their wins. Fallen from like maybe they might get past some of those upper teams, and then they just fell. Yeah, pretty much any chance of playoffs, it's gone now. Then you have the Florida Panthers. The thing about Florida is that they're pretty much completely opposite of their NHL counterparts. Florida Panthers, they're the best team in the Eastern Conference, possibly the best in the National Hockey League. But in the simulation, I think that number speaks for itself. Moving on, we have the Buffalo Sabres, 58 points, tied with Florida. And yeah, but like Buffalo, might just start to turn it on now, when there's a month left in the season. And then 58 points. They get their fair share of wins. Florida does too. And yeah, but playoffs are pretty much gone for both these teams. Next, we have the Ottawa Senators, 60 points, a couple points above Florida and Buffalo. And for the Ottawa Senators, again, they've fallen a bit. They were used to be a little bit higher, and they've fallen quite a bit in the Western Conference, Eastern Conference, sorry. But yeah, they've fallen quite a bit in the division too. They were just one spot, but yeah, the gap is really starting to show. So we have the Leafs, 61 points, just 1 point ahead of Toronto. Team, yeah, you're gonna see probably almost a 10-point difference. But yeah, the Leafs, 61 points. They're above Ottawa. Playoffs, probably, maybe, likely not, but like maybe. Some of the teams up here, they got about. No, that's the Western. Some of the teams over on the other side of the Eastern Conference, the Metro, they do. It's mostly just the top 2 teams, but yeah, these teams are all pretty far behind. Here's the difference: the Lightning, 68 points, so Yeah, and this team's actually in the running for a playoff spot. Probably around, yeah, wild card, maybe, I don't know, maybe, probably the Coyotes, it's going, they might get in. It's the top 8. Teams in the conference, they get in. So the Lightning, 68 points, they're doing their best. They're getting the wins. I feel like if you push them, they could do better, but not bad. Pretty much about like the real Lightning. Then the Montreal Canadiens, they're back up top. Aside from the team above them, they're back in contention with Boston for the top of the Atlantic Division. If you watched we're watching this 5 weeks ago. The Canadiens, they were like 4 points away from catching the Bruins, and then they fell like 2 or 3 spots. And they were almost 10 points back. Now they're creeping back up. And for the Bruins, they're the second best team. They're 5 points behind the Dallas Stars with 89 points. The Boston Bruins, as expected. Fantastic hockey. They're some of the best in the simulation. Pretty much these two teams. If this is the Stanley Cup final, the Dallas Stars and then the Boston Bruins, I won't be surprised. For Dallas, it is ridiculous. And now we're on to the Metropolitan Division, probably the weakest division. Just odd. It's an oddity. Yeah, this is pretty much apply what you know about the Chicago Blackhawks in the real NHL. Apply it to the Blue Jackets. Enough said. Need I say more? Now for the Capitals. 55 points. I mean, they get their job done. Playoffs, no. But they put in the effort. Next team, we have the Philadelphia Flyers, 60 points. But a step up from Washington. Playoffs, no. As I said, this is the weakest division out of the 4. The simulation, next we have the New York Rangers, 61 points. For the New York Rangers, fall from grace. This one's interesting because early on, about 6 weeks ago, they were pretty much neck and neck with the New York Islanders, and they have fallen in the last month. They were pretty much tied with the Islanders, really. Maybe 1 or 2 point difference. It was no more than like 4 points. It was really close in terms of points with the New York Islanders. They're pretty much always tied with them, or 1 point ahead or below. Now there's a big gap. We'll get to the Islanders. Next team, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins, 64 points. For the Penguins, they had a bit of a glow up. Yeah, they're now turned on the Jets. They're getting something going. They were down here with the Capitals just about a month ago. Now look at them. They're slowly climbing the ladder. Possibly they could be a wild card spot. They could make it their way in. For the next team we have the New Jersey Devils, my team. This one I know quite a bit about. The Devils, they're struggling a lot. They're just not there. They're still they probably will make it. And they'd probably make it if we started today. But if they don't turn things around, they could find themselves down where the Rangers or the Flyers are. Then they'd be out. That would not be good. Next team we have the New York Islanders. They are the second best in the Metro. Yeah, when I said Metro's the weakest, I'm going on teams. We go 78, 84, 78. Okay, Ducks are even worse, but yeah, it's mostly the Pacific and the Metro are really weak. For some reason, they just are. They're weak. Now they're 70 points. Awesome. Work. playoffs, yeah. Right now, the Penguins, they're probably they're gonna make it. New York Rangers might sneak in. Flyers maybe, but likely not. Unless either of these teams turn something up. But right now, I'd put everything below New Jersey. No, you ain't making it. And up to, yeah, the best team in the Metro, and they're not even that. They're not that. They're not. They only have 77 points. That's the Carolina Hurricanes. Pretty good hockey playoffs, almost certainly for the Hurricanes. It's a matter of keeping it up. Keep it up. And I think that'll do it. There's everything. I'm Thomas, your host. See you in the next one. Goodbye.